Hello traders, good day to you all. This is Christopher Glen. Today is the 11th of August 2014. This is a daily market review for the current market status. I've highlighted the important announcements that we've got later on this week. As you can see on Monday, we've got lake of announcement, not such an good or important announcement that will deliver liquidity. We do expect the beginning of this week to express low amount of liquidity. Later on, Tuesday will be slow as well. Just that we've got an announcement regarding the Australian dollar and the euro. Nothing really important over there, but generally I do expect Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to express liquidity. As you can see, we've got a lot of announcements regarding the pound on Wednesday. A bit of US dollar announcements at 1:30, and on Friday we've got a day holiday in France and Italy. Therefore, we do expect to see low amount of liquidity at the beginning of Friday, but after that, we're expecting to receive announcement from the Canadian market and the US market. Therefore, an additional liquidity will be added to the market, and we'll be able to make the assessment over there. Regarding this week's appearance, it seems like the euro is approaching the potential to get weaker in the markets, and by that we should expect to express strong currencies in front of a weak euro. Let's go to the chart and let me show you several images that will help us decide what is the direction of our investments. So first of all, this is the dollar index. I've been analyzing this dollar index for a while. I've been notifying you that we've completed the fifth wave over here, and since then we've fallen down in an A pattern. Right now we're forming a B pattern, and we do expect to see an additional downtrend movement on behalf of the dollar that will express weakness on behalf of the dollar in front of a variety of assets. So this week I do expect to see weakness on behalf of the dollar and weakness on behalf of the euro. Just that the weakness on behalf of the dollar will continue for the next day or two, and the weakness on behalf of the euro will continue larger amount of time. We will analyze that again in several areas. Let's go to the commodities. I want to show you the image of the gold in front of the potential of the dollar. As I said, today and the next time, do expect to see weakness on behalf of the dollar. Therefore, I'm expecting to see a bit more strength on behalf of the gold. But generally, looking at a larger structure, we can see that we've opened a new downtrend movement, impulse movement. We're in a corrective pattern for a high rate, and we should expect to see downtrend movement on behalf of the gold, approximately toward the 1250 rate. It's logical downtrend movement. Nice 500 pips for a downtrend movement in this case. Again, remember what we said. We said that the dollar should gain strength. Should lose strength at the moment for the next 2 days. So I do expect to see a bit of an uptrend movement over here. Once the dollar will continue its strengthening in front of other currencies, we will see this chart falling down. Another asset that I'd like to concentrate today is the euro versus the pound. Euro versus the pound at the moment in a 15-minute chart. It looks like we've completed the corrective pattern. We should see a bit more uptrend, but then I'm expecting to see downtrend movement. Let me show you what I'm basing my opinion on. A daily chart, we've received a long downtrend movement, and we've received an A, a B, and a C pattern climbing up. Good potential to see downtrend movement on a daily basis. If we'll go to a weekly chart, we can say that generally on the weekly chart we've received an impulse 5-wave movement, and we've received a corrective pattern. There is a potential to see long-term uptrend movement, meaning stronger dollar and stronger euro in front of this weaker pound, but still this uptrend movement will follow. It's a long-term movement, it's not a short-term movement. On a daily chart there's still a potential to see downtrend movement over here before we'll continue higher for long-distance investment, long-term investment. Let's go to the dollar itself, and I want to remind you that we've talked about a bit of weakness on behalf of the dollar in front of several currencies such as the South African rand and the Turkish. We've received this impulse downtrend movement. We're forming a corrective pattern on the dollar versus the Turkish. I'm expecting to see the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave climbing up, and then a drop down again, following the same structure as I was expecting to see on behalf of the dollar index and on behalf of the gold, expressing the opposite direction. Let's look at the daily chart over here. So again, just a small corrective pattern before continues of an uptrend. The dollar versus South African rand, again, impulse movement, corrective pattern, impulse, correction. On an hourly chart, we can locate a good potential for an uptrend movement. It's a very interesting chart over here. So we've received 5 waves of an uptrend impulse movement. Right now we're forming the A wave, the B wave and the C wave. We're forming a completion of a corrective pattern over here. And again, there's a potential to see an uptrend movement over here, but just that we will need to wait for a stronger dollar in the markets according to the dollar index, as I was describing at the beginning of the session. The dollar versus the Russian ruble. We can see that on behalf of the Russian ruble, we've got several opportunities. Over here we've reached the support and resistance line. According to the past, we can see that this area is very difficult to cross. The dollar is fluctuating around the level for several days, and we should expect to see a bit more weakness. Just as the weakness will begin over here, I'll be able to make the assessment, because this chart has a lot to do with the dollar itself, but also with what's going on right now with Russia and the Ukraine. So any kind of movement that will appear after this corrective pattern will follow continuance of movement, whether for downtrend or an uptrend. At the moment, we're fluctuating around the support and resistance line, which supports a difficult area to cross, and we will need to wait a bit more to see a potential on the dollar versus Russian ruble. On the other hand, when I'm looking at the euro versus the Russian ruble, we can still see a good potential for a downtrend movement. I've been analyzing the chart a bit, and it seems like at the moment we're fluctuating for falling toward the trend line, and across beyond the trend line will indicate that there is a good potential to continue lower and lower, meaning weaker euro expressed in front of a stronger Russian ruble. I'd like to wish you all the best with your trades. Have a pleasant day, and bye bye.